Hello YouTube, it's the Drunken Kobold here today with a review of the Adult Red Dragon by Wizkids. Red dragons are among D&D's most iconic creatures, featuring on book covers, starter sets, box sets, as well as tie-in merchandise including hats, clothing, and a particularly comfortable fleece blanket. When Pathfinder released in 2009, Pathfinder's core rulebook also featured a red dragon as its cover monster. Red dragons are the most covetous of the dragons and tirelessly seek to increase their treasure hoards. They are exceptionally vain even for dragons, and their conceit is reflected by their proud bearing and their disdain for other creatures. They are the masters of the mountains, and where a red dragon is, volcanic activity is sure to follow. They are arrogant tyrants and fly into destructive rages and act on impulse whenever they are angered. They recruit lesser races as slaves to go out into the world and bring them information, including on other red dragons who they seek to compete with for status. They are obsessive collectors, collecting everything from gems and coins to rare artifacts. Delving into their hoard, if you were to come across one, is sure to yield lots of riches. This particular red dragon model sits on a gargantuan base and has a huge threatened zone. Of the chromatic dragons to date, it is my favorite when it comes to detail. If you take a look at the wing, you can see that it actually has a variety of color ranging from solid red as it goes into a gradient at black at the edge of its wings. The spine has red spines as well as black skin between them, forming a nice typical sail. The scales and the plates on the dragon are very noticeable because there has been a lot of detail put into this dragon, as well as a lot of attention to color and shading. One particular thing to note is that the dragon around its head has its traditional spikes, being well colored and well noticed. This particular dragon is top heavy, so do be careful when you are putting it on the table, as it is situated for flight, much like the white dragon that we got in September. First, let's bring in some other red dragons for comparison. This is the young red dragon from Dragon Eye, and as you can see, there is no comparison between its adult brethren and the young. The young dragon from DDM no longer works for the scale that Wizkids is using for their dragons now. And let's bring in Niv Mizzet from the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica Miniatures, who is supposed to represent an ancient red. However, rather than black, he is tinged with blue, as in Magic the Gathering, Niv Mizzet is aligned with red and blue mana. As you can see, this adult red would dwarf Niv Mizzet, so Niv Mizzet definitely needs to be re-released up to the current scale. Speaking of the current scale, let's bring in our other chromatic dragons so that you can see how it stacks up to them. It is comparable in size to the white and the black dragon that has already been released and the blue dragon that is coming. Like the white dragon, it is situated in a position of flight. However, because this is such a top-heavy dragon, they probably should have done what they did with the adult black dragon and have it situated firmly against its base. Overall, I really love this miniature, and I cannot wait to see what happens when they finally do announce the adult green dragon. Coming out in March are two adult Draco Liches, one which is blue, I believe, and the other which is green. So once we have the green Draco Lich, we will have a rough idea of what a green dragon will be size-wise. Overall, I really like this dragon. I love the detail in it. I love how sturdy it is. You pick it up by the wings aren't going to break or detach. You pick it up by the tail. Even though the tail is a separate piece, it's not detaching. It is in there firm and solid. Where my concern is right here at the belly of the dragon. This base is very, it's not exactly what I would describe as sturdy. So if it falls off the table, it may have an accident and break. Overall, I gotta give this dragon a nice solid 8 out of 10. It is my favorite of the dragons so far, so it may even be pushing for a 9. However, I just really am concerned about this connection here at the base, as it is not sturdy whatsoever at all. Have you had a chance to experience this red dragon and put it on the table against your players? What did you think of it? What did they think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you feel I deserved it, please leave a like and considering subscribing. It would mean the world to me if you did. In the meantime, cheers and may your rolls be with you.